Shocking news out of the UK today. Sources revealing that the royal Windsor Castle estate was robbed. According to reports, last month, masked thieves broke into the grounds of the castle October 13th. They stole two farm vehicles, including a black pickup truck and a red quad bike. Now, this major security breach concerning the royal family, as Prince William and Princess Kate were sleeping at the palace with their children on that same night. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but the investigation is ongoing as police continue searching for the suspects. So joining me now, host of the Naughty But Nice podcast, Rob Shooter. Rob, it's great to see you. Before we talk about the details here, talk about why the public is just now learning about this when this apparently happened last month.
Yeah, we heard some rumors about this a couple of weeks ago. Finally, the police has come forward and confirmed that this indeed did happen. The Sun newspaper in London, tip my hat to them. They broke this story. The reason it took a long time is the royals never, ever comment about this. They do not put out a statement, even though we now know it happened. I reached out to the palace this morning and no response. So when it comes to the security of the family, they're very rightfully so tight-lipped. And so the only reason we know this has happened is that the police confirmed it this morning.
Okay, so confirmed just this morning. So Rob, how do you think something like this even happens? Because I think most people assume we're talking about members of the royal family who presumably have such intense security and protection.
They do. And so the royal estate, Windsor Castle's estate, is about 16,000 acres. It is massive. And on that estate are several royal residences, including Windsor Castle, Frogmore House, where Harry and Meghan used to live, Adelaide Cottage, where William and Kate and their family live. There's also an estate, a house on the estate where disgraced Prince Andrew lives. So several royal residences on this massive estate. Now, all the residences have some of the best security in the world. They were not breached. This was a farm. It was a working farm on the grounds of the estate who leased the land from the king. It was the farm. That's where the robbery took place. So even though it's still very alarming, Kate, William and their children were only about 5 minutes away from this farm. It is slightly different than having a royal palace home breached.
Right. And so we are talking, as you said, about such a massive amount of space to cover. This is such a massive estate. We saw on that graphic there that these masked men apparently, breached a gate. They climbed over a fence. Is it likely that this is some type of inside job, do you think? Somebody who potentially regularly has access to the grounds?
Absolutely. If watching true crime on TV has taught me something, it is that there always is, most likely is, an insider. I think the police are looking at this very, very carefully. There's a couple of things here that make you believe it was an insider. A, they got away with it. We still have not found them. B, they knew exactly where these vehicles were, and they knew their way in and out very, very swiftly. As you can imagine, there are cameras all over this estate. These individuals, at least for the moment, seem to still be on the run. So we haven't seen any video yet, but the police are literally looking through all the videos. But it does seem to be somebody who knew what they were doing.
Exactly. All right. The fact that you mentioned, there are all of these cameras. There is this massive security on this massive estate. But do you think maybe there needs to be some type of reassessment, maybe about the security around the royal family, considering that this did still happen and the suspect or suspects are still on the loose?
You should work for the royal family. They absolutely think this. My insiders inside the palace said they're quite shocked about this. They are very aware of their lives, of who they are, of the threat level against them. But for somebody to get in, to steal, and to still be on the loose, that is very, very scary to the royals. I'm told that today, or at least a couple of weeks ago after this happened, security was increased. But I do think, too, that the royal family are very grateful and very, very relieved that this was not one of the royal palaces because, as I said, William and Kate were home. The king was not. Queen Camilla was not, but William and Kate.
Yeah, William and Kate were there. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.